Okay, we're live. Okay, we're good. We're good. Can you hear the music?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. This is all like pre-show. Oh, look, it's behind the scenes, guys.
Oh my god.
This is what they're doing when they're prepping for the show. Hello. Welcome to Reality Breached Live. My name is Sergio. Hi, everybody. This is our third episode? Yeah, it's our third episode.
Third. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We've done this 3 times now.
We're finally on a roll.
Yeah, it's consistency. That's what I've been told. You got to do these things consistently.
And consistency is key. It's not like the Dead Sea Kids.
I heard the Dead Scene Kids was a podcast in days of yore.
Yeah, we're working on it. Sorry. My name is Alden. I'm here too.
Yeah, he's a Dead Scene Kid.
Right out the gate, dude.
Yeah, like it's only 2 people. Like we there's a little, we can be a bit more cavalier with what we say because we have more time. We don't have to put up with someone else's opinion.
Read.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm so finally free of that guy.
Finally free to read.
So I need your honest opinion on a scale of 1 to 10. How much does my new haircut look like Homelander?
It's not completely pulled back in Proud Boy fashion. But yeah, like I didn't think about it until you brought it up. But yeah, I totally get it. It's like almost there because like that guy, his name is Antonio something. But he's not blonde at all. They're dyeing his hair tremendously, or giving him a fucking wig. But it's like you can tell that there's something dark under it, and so that's what you have. But like now it's all grown out. But pull it back.
Oh yeah,
just pull it back,
straight
pull
back?
it back and hold it. Homelander. Yep, Homelander.
Oh shit! Oh no, we're live, man. I can't be doing this on live stream.
Homelander.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that wasn't on purpose. I was just like, oh shit. So we have topics today, as always.
I hope so. It'd be a shame to go to a podcast and not have a topic. It's not like the Dead Scene Kids has ever done that.
I've been podcasting for a very long time. Sometimes that's the best show.
Absolutely, dude. That's how we got Jesus as a space cop. Walked in, no task, no idea of what we're talking about. Jesus as a space cop.
Listen to the Dead Scene Kids podcast. It is from the it's only Reality Breached Podcast Network. You can find it on any major podcast platform, much like Reality Breached Live. Since the last time we spoke, Reality Breached Live is now an official feed on iTunes, or as they call it, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. I think we're on Stitcher already. I'm working to get us on Pandora and all these other ancillary podcast platforms that old people use.
I had no idea which word you were trying to say. I'm glad you figured it out because I wasn't any help.
Yeah. Thanks. But never fear, you can always catch us here doing the live stream on Twitch, and these will roll over to YouTube. So if you want to go see our antics from last month, they live in infamy over there. If you are a
Really? I
podcast
didn't know that.
subscriber, though, not only do the live episodes appear in the podcast feed, but we also have a little bonus nugget. That's the wrong word. Bonus episodes that we're putting in between. So you basically will have content once a week. So they're just real small, nothing, about 15, 20 minutes, but they're fun to do and you'll enjoy them. They're pretty cool. Topics. Are you ready, Alden?
I am ready. Spitfire.
Okay. What do you want to talk about first? We have 3, and you know all 3 of them.
I'll be honest and say that I had every intention on coming on this podcast today and talking about how stupid Jurassic World was. So I'll start there, just saying Jurassic World is incredibly stupid. Please go see it.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's incredibly stupid.
I'm not against you throwing your opinions out there.
Yeah,
just try to do it.
Please,
non-spoiler.
Please
Non-spoiler.
No, I won't talk about it until we talk about it together.
Oh, it's that special. Oh, okay.
It's very stupid. Please go see it.
Is it as stupid or not as stupid as the Fast and Furious movies?
It's like up there, dog. Like I told you, you really do forget what film you're watching until you see dinosaurs. You're like, oh shit, this is a dinosaur film. Uh-huh. You forget that you're watching. Oh, like this is supposed to be like a car film and it's not about heist or Bionic Man when you're watching Fast and the Furious. But you get lost in it. You just get lost in the sauce, man. You get lost in it, and then you're like, oh shit, this is actually about cars. And then Vin Diesel shows up in a wife beater.
It's not about cars. It's about family.
It's about family.
Yeah. So one thing that I've always stood by is that dinosaurs are timeless.
Dinosaurs are timeless.
Like
kids are going to grow up and they're always going to love dinosaurs.
No matter if they have feathers or not, dinosaurs are timeless. There's a whimsy that comes with them, and I was really worried about this movie because the way the last movie ended kind of choked out the whimsy of dinosaurs. Because it's like, hey, the predators are roaming the land. You're all going to die, is how the last movie ended. But hey, clones. So I'm excited to see the new one. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, there was one single clone in the last movie. And I was like, that's an interesting little tidbit to just throw into your third movie.
It's so stupid.
Okay, quick. Rank them. You've seen all 6, right?
Yes.
Rank Jurassic World or Jurassic Park /World.
Jurassic Park, numero uno.
Of course,
is one of the best films of all time.
Agreed.
What is the third Jurassic Park? What's that one called?
JP3, Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, that one. And then Lost World.
2? Okay.
Lost World. The second Jurassic World.
Fallen Kingdom?
Yes, Jurassic World, and then Jurassic World Dominion. Jurassic World Dominion, man, it's fucking dumb.
All right. Like, it's much like Indiana Jones. The good Jurassic Park movies are few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one and Jurassic World. Like those are the good ones. The rest of them are just dinosaur fodder, and that's fine.
Fallen Kingdom had some moments in it, and I'm like the entire time watching Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World, I just kept thinking about how is she getting around in these hills? How is this possible? And then, like, for somebody that's so smart, it's incredibly stupid. Like, it brings up the quote from iRobot. He was like, "You're so smart that you're so stupid." And that's what I think about when I think about the scientists in Jurassic World. So I couldn't stop thinking about that, and that like she becomes more what's the word? Uh, fight or flight in the second film,
Hmm.
and I thought that was better because I just didn't. I don't care for Chris Pratt's character because he's he's emotionless. He shares absolutely nothing. He's an avatar for to get things done. He's basically your local lesbian. Like he just gets things done. That's all he needs. There's no like tell me where to go, boss, and I'll go. Like and
I
that's
feel like when he signed on to do Jurassic World, he walked in and said, "Now, guys, I'm usually seen as the funny guy. I don't want
Mhm.
that in this movie." And said, "Oh, don't worry about it. You're just going to be the white guy."
Yeah, that's all he is. He's definitely just a white guy. And like I'm so glad that they pulled the plug on him like being Indiana Jones. Like and I think that's probably why he was like, I'll take anything now since they don't want me to do Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Like I'm glad. I'm very glad. And I could give a fuck about Harrison Ford.
dude, Harrison Ford was too old to play that part 15 years ago when the last movie came out,
Uh-huh.
and we're getting a new one next year. Fuck that. So let's move on to our next topic.
Yes. Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel. Miss
Miss
Marvel.
Marvel. That's what I was like. Of the three that we talked about, what do we want to talk about? Miss Marvel. What are your thoughts? You usually ask me or whoever's on the show. Let's go with you first.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah.
Uh
Well,
huh.
that's yeah. As the host, I usually do that, don't I? Miss Marvel. That first episode is fantastic.
Uh huh.
The character of Kamala Khan is charming, funny, and I feel like the actress was born to play that role. Uh, Not only because she looks like the character, but because she was a fan of the character. Like she
Yep.
auditioned because she was a fan, not because she's a this prestigious actor who was like, I guess I'll slum it in MCU. She's like, oh my god, this is the only part I ever want to
This is
play.
available. I want it.
This is my Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And I feel like that they've set up her. They did a very good job in the first episode of setting up her family as a traditional Indian, or I'm sorry, Pakistani family,
Pakistan.
um, immigrant family who's very strict, very high expectations, and but still also tell a story that's uniquely American. Like, but she
Yeah.
is the first generation born in America, and she has American tendencies, and it's very similar to every other story you've seen where there's a rebellious teenager.
Mm-hmm.
That storyline is nothing new, but when you couch it in the Pakistani family, it seems fresh. So I'm really digging it. I really really like that first episode, and the camera work is amazing.
So good. It's so good. Um, I agree. That's the very first thing that I thought about when watching this film is like immediately. Okay, so sidebar. A reason that I really like the last Fantastic Beast film, and it was called The Secrets of Dumbledore. It's like the very first
No, I
line.
haven't seen it, so
Okay,
don't go
the
too deep
very
into
first
spoilers.
line in that film is, "Why did you do this?" And he says, "I don't know, love." And so immediately you're like, this movie is about a gay man falling in love with another gay man, and if you think that this is not about that, go ahead and get your money back. And like it was right at the door. It was like you opened it and it was right there. It said hello. And so this is the same thing with this show. It's
Mhm.
like if if you thought that you were not about to get like Pakistan and Indian culture, too bad. It came right at the door. Like
Mhm.
the very first the one of the scenes is her brother like giving one of the major prayers that I can't think of the name of it, but he's like praying before his food. Very important. They're very intentional about everything that they do. Every prayer means something. And so I love that. I love seeing culture. And if you remember me talking about Moon Knight, is what I loved about Moon Knight is the culture and how much we got so much of it in the entire series. And it felt like Moon Knight was them testing the water to see if we could get away with talking about culture and talking about, you know, mental illness, and can we get away with talking about regular day things?
Mm-hmm.
And then in a series, a six part series, they're like, can we get away with this? And they're like, oh yeah, we can get away with this. Put it all in the first episode.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really-
like put the bouncer at the first episode.
Put it all in the first episode.
Yeah.
Go ahead, start at the gate. And I love that. I absolutely loved it. Because we got to understand where Kamala was, and like you said, this is an American story. It's an American story. It's a girl that wants to be a teenager. It's a teenage American story, and I absolutely love that. It just had its stipulations, which is the same thing that we go through, which is you talk about culture, and we talk about what's the word that people like to use? Not heritage. Where you do it all tradition. Tradition.
Okay, yeah.
You talk
Yeah,
you talk about tradition, and that's the same thing. It's like we do this all the time, and like she wants to break that. She's an American girl, and you see her as an American girl. She's just Pakistani American, and I loved it. And like you said, the cinematography. When they started doing the text messages, I was like, this is about to be crazy. The text messages and how they talk about like the surrounding, you are these characters. And I think that's one thing that Marvel has always missed out on is cool. Like, and I think they kind of did it with us being Ned in Spider-Man, but like now they get to do it like wholeheartedly with Kamala. Like she's a fan of the Avengers. Like these are like she likes qualities of these people. For us, they're characters, but for these people, and they make so much sense to her. And like it puts you in this this atmosphere with the text messages. Like you are a part of this show because like when he's looking down at his phone and he's texting, and there's a taxi that drives by, like he stops, he's still looking at his messages, and kind of like the same way we would do as if we were walking. Like we would do the same thing. We would be able to stop. We could do two things at once, but still be in the atmosphere. And I love that. I love the cinematography.
Yeah, yeah, and you touched on a really interesting part of it. The her being an enormous fan, and this almost having like a meta narrative baked into it, and that's kind of the next logical step in the MCU is Endgame happens, and you know the entire world is affected by it. All these superheroes are now super famous and blah blah.
They're
blah
famous.
blah.
They're
but
celebrities.
We don't see any of that shit. You know, we don't get to see ground level regular humans be like Captain America. I love that dude. You know, with this first episode, we're able to see that through Kamala's eyes and everyone's eyes at that con. Oh, by the way, spoilers. By the way, spoilers. We're not going to go too deep into it.
Yeah, we won't go too deep in it.
But again, seeing it basically through the eyes of a regular person, right before they get powers, and what you also touched upon, this being a uniquely diverse like cast, it reminds me a lot of Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
A lot. Purposely casting Pakistani Americans, purposely casting the one white dude.
the one white guy.
The one white guy who's like, hey, we're still here. Hey guys. But also both of them got their powers from ancient artifacts. So it like my nerd brain is trying to put all this shit together because when we're in what, phase 4, phase 5, what is it now? Phase 5? I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
This is the second movie / TV show where the superhero has gotten their powers from an artifact.
Mm-hmm.
So are these things related? Are they not? Like if this was phase 1, they would both be imbued with Infinity Stone shit, but it's not.
It's not. And
So,
what else? No, there's something else that I think it's not. Yeah, Black Panther. Black Panther is around that tradition and like
yes.
the same
Mhm.
thing, the tradition, and like getting it from an ancient artifact, which just so happened to be the heart-shaped herb. But like the same thing, like it's not wrapped around the Infinity Stones and like the galaxy and stuff like that. Like it's just homegrown stuff today.
just garden variety mysticism.
Yeah, absolutely. We missed that.
we got so used to science fiction that we're like the mysticism is just lost on us now.
Absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to it this week. We'll probably talk about it again once the series is over to kind of give a big wrap up, see how it goes. But
how do you feel about the change?
The change.
The change. So it's not completely comic book accurate with her powers. How did you feel about that? Like,
I don't know anything about the character, so for me, that's just how she got her powers. Like, what's the original origin?
So she's an Inhuman in the original. She's an Inhuman.
Oh, okay, okay.
So she gets it from that whole
Terrigen mist or whatever.
Terrigen. She gets it from the Terrigen, and there is no aura. There is just Mrs. Fantastic.
She's just stretchy. Yeah,
she's just stretchy. She can enlarge herself. And then
she's Elastigirl.
Like, yeah, she's basically Elastigirl. But that's
we
it.
named. Yeah. And I'm fine with that. Like, Inhumans aren't that big a deal in the MCU
at all, unless
there was the 6-episode television series that you can currently watch on Disney Plus, and then you have the dude who got murked in a Multiverse of Madness.
Dang, that's what I was about to say. Without a mouth.
Yeah.
What mouth?
Yeah. So those are that's really the only Inhuman action that we've seen. So it makes sense to change her.
There's a lot of stuff in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is not canon anymore. But like there's a lot of stuff about the Inhumans, and you learn a lot about the Terrigen mist and like how it affects. It's basically kind of like that the X gene, but for Avengers, because the Avengers don't believe in mutants for some reason in some aspects. But like that's where they are basically that, because some of them they get it and they don't want these powers, and some people get them and like they want it, and so they kind of the same thing where they weaponize it.
Yeah. But so divorcing her origin from that mess. I say mess with all due respect, but if you're going to introduce her as a Inhuman, you have a lot of legwork. You have a lot of catching up to do that.
I think there's a reason they didn't do it though.
And why is that?
I think they didn't do it because of Reed.
Oh, Reed Richards?
Because they almost
you mean Reed Walker?
Reed Walker. They just got so sick of him being on this show. They're like, we're gonna change the way Kamala Khan. I think they changed it because of Reed Richards, because their powers are almost identical.
It's very possible.
And so they were like, "Yes, we know we want to bring Reed Richards into this. We know that we're going to bring Reed Richards into this. How do we separate her from him? Because we can't separate him because he's the smartest man alive.
He's fucking Reed Richards.
Yeah,
you can't just change his powers.
People would be so mad. People would be so mad.
Talk about putting a bouncer at the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
You walk into Fantastic Four and he isn't stretchy.
Dude, what if they put Reed Richards in Fantastic Four and he wasn't stretchy and he was black? The world will crumble as we know it.
Hashtag not my Reed Richards.
And then he doesn't end up marrying Sue. He ends up marrying Johnny.
I want to see this fanfic right now.
Non-stretchy black gay man that is the smartest man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
The world would crumble. It would crumble. Not my Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
616 who?
Wow. Well, I guess it goes without saying, stamp of approval so far from both of us to see Miss Marvel. It's on Disney Plus. It's got 5 more episodes left, so it's got a while. We'll be talking about that again. What's our next topic, Alden?
To break up the superhero, let's talk about superhero video games, because Summer Not Fest was this weekend.
Like it has so many weird names. Like let's see, it was called Not E3, Fake E3, Key 3 for Jeff Keighley. But yeah. So E3 was canceled this year again, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it's just gone. That we'll never see another E3. Period.
Oh yeah, I think it's done.
Yeah. In its place, popped up multiple live streams from different sources. The big three, though, were the Xbox Games Showcase. I'm sorry, Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase.
Right.
PlayStation State of Play, June 2022, and the Summer Game Fest, which is put together by Jeff Keighley, who is apparently the most powerful man in video games. He just kind of snuck in through the Game Awards. And now he's just kind of the de facto go-to for new announcements.
Wasn't he the same person that was like, we're not doing E3 this year?
He had kind of partnered with E3 in the past and was like, I'll host your stuff or I'll stream your stuff. And as soon as they were like, we're canceling, he's like, ha ha, y'all canceled. Come over here. Like, he was very, very opportunistic. And I don't blame him, man. Like, E3 is kind of outdated at this point.
Yeah, it had like a, what's the word? Like a template that was just, it was just overused. And I think just like all festivals, like it has to grow. I mean, dude, you look at Comic-Con, like eventually you're going to get sick of going to the exact same con. Like it's got to grow, and it's got to grow with its audience. And I mean, this is just Comic-Con for gamers. So
I don't know if I would call it because it's the thing about E3 is gamers and fans treated it like it was Comic-Con. But it's not. It was an industry event. It for 20 years, regular people weren't even invited. It was people in marketing, people in distribution, GameStop managers, just fuckers who were in the video game industry. And it's incredibly expensive to put on E3, and it's run by the ESA. And a bunch of companies have dropped out of the ESA because they don't think the ESA is using the money properly. It's just a mess from top to bottom. But we're not here to talk about the demise of E3. We'll do that next year when it's canceled again. We're going to kind of pick and choose some of the game announcements that came out of these 3 streams. Do you have one that you want to talk about first there, Alden? I know the answer. You absolutely do.
But do we want to talk about it right now? Because, God, I'm so excited about the Street Fighter.
Really? I guess I forgot you were a Street Fighter guy.
I'm so excited about Street Fighter, dude. So this Street Fighter, which is Street Fighter 6, it is not Street Fighter 6 Arcade Edition or Street Fighter 6 Champion Edition or Street Fighter 6 Turbo or Street Fighter 6 Turbo HD. It's just Street Fighter 6 at the moment.
Give it a couple years.
Yeah, give it 3 years. It will definitely be Street Fighter 6, Second Impact.
Yeah.
They are going from so like a lot of people think that the Kingdom Hearts storyline is convoluted. You ain't seen nothing until you see Street Fighter. It's like back and forth. It's like, dude, Street Fighter 5 is like after Street Fighter 2.
Right. And then it's like what? Then it's what? 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, or 4, 3.
I think it's one Alpha series.
Oh shit! I forgot that existed.
One Alpha series, and then you have 4, 5, or is it 5? No, it's
2,
5,
4, 2, 4.
4. Yeah, something like that.
2, 4, 5.
4, 5, and then 3, 6.
I hate to name drop Fast and Furious again.
Right? And like Street Fighter 6 is one of my favorite games of all time. Like Kingdom Hearts 2.
Which one?
Street Fighter Third Strike.
Third Strike.
Not Second Impact. Street Fighter Third Strike.
Is it Street Fighter 3 Third Strike?
Yes.
Okay. Again, convoluted. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page.
Yes. And Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And that whole Street Fighter 3 moment was based around like rap and hip hop and graffiti and b-boys and like stuff like that. And like it was just dope, dude. It was fantastic. I remember when it came out and I was just like, I was engulfed in this game. It was that and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. They came out around that same era.
Take it for a ride.
That is a just like Third Strike. I was waiting patiently because I love the soundtrack. I love the art of it so much. I was patiently waiting to find Street Fighter Third Strike on record, and they finally did it like 2 years ago, where they put the entire Street Fighter 3 series on record. And Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is like one of the ones I want as well because that soundtrack is just great. Street Fighter 6 is right after Street Fighter Third Strike. And I'm very excited because the fall of Shadowloo, like there's no more M. Bison. And if it is, he's like dead or something. I don't know. Like I said, convoluted, very convoluted. But like now we get to see these characters grow from just being like you have Ryu who was struggling with the Susui no Hado, which is basically what Akuma is. And he's struggling with that between 2 and 5, and 3 he has hold of it and he goes to this wise very wise trainer. His name is Oro. That's the guy with the one hand. And he teaches him the way of the nothingness. And so now he gets to just be like this fighter, and he gets to train and learn to be himself and, kind of live this like normal life. And so is Chun-Li. Chun-Li is no longer after Shadowloo. She gets to retire as a cop and be a martial arts trainer. And so like Ken gets to be a dad and train Sean. And so like seeing these characters grow, and we saw a lot of growth in development in 5. And like you see the difference between Ryu and Ken and how their styles change because they have grown apart. And so I'm just excited to see what that looks like now, because we got a lot of growth and development in 5 and seeing what that looks like in 6.
Do you expect them to bring over a bunch of characters from Street Fighter 3?
Characters I would expect to be in 3 that hasn't been in any of the series. Q, who is a robot, who's an android. I'm excited to. I would be excited to see Q. Um, they already have Guile, so I don't know if Remy would be in it. But Remy is like this like steampunk version of Guile, basically. So like, of course, I love that. Uh, and we got 11, or was it? Yeah, it was 11 in Street Fighter 4 or 5,
Mhm.
and then they gave us 12, and they gave us 12 in 3. So I would not be surprised if they gave us another kind of copy of that and calling it 14 and seeing it 6.
14. Okay. All right.
Maybe I don't know. Convoluted. But like there's this character that was created, and one of them was called 11. The other one was called 12. So like 13 or 14, I wouldn't be surprised to see. And yeah, Sean is due. Sean is due for a new game because he hasn't been in any. Like we got Alex in Street Fighter 4 and we got Alex in Street Fighter 5. People love Alex. DJ Young Venom, that is between Alex and Cammy. Those are his fighters. That's who he plays with. If you see Alex on the screen, please run. He is going to slaughter you with him. But
I'm just really excited to see you excited about it.
I'm very excited about Street Fighter.
You know, I forget that there's so many Street Fighter fans out there, and 5 was so many people shat on Street Fighter 5 for years that I'm hoping this one is better. Capcom actually has money now that Monster Hunter sold to everyone on the planet.
Yeah.
So they have the resources. I just want it to be good.
Okay, so follow up to Capcom.
Okay.
How do you feel about Resident Evil 4? They announced Resident Evil 4.
Does Resident Evil 4 need another remake? Does it need another re-release? You can play it on everything. I can play it on my refrigerator if I wanted to, I think. I'm not hating on. I love Resident Evil 4. It was the first Resident Evil that was tolerable, but they just literally released it last year on Oculus.
Is your refrigerator running? I'm pretty sure it's playing Resident Evil 4 right now.
Yeah. So I'm down for it, I guess. All of these remakes that they're doing in the RE engine, I guess is what it's called. They've been amazing. Like RE2 and 3, fantastic. So I'm sure it'll be good. Eventually they'll get to 6 and hopefully fix that shit.
Yeah, I remember that being really bad. And I wasn't a Resident Evil fan at the time. I tried playing 4 and playing 4 on PlayStation 3, and I'm like, yeah, this don't work for me. So I just like had my friend tell me this, like, tell me what happens. Just tell me what happens. Just tell me what happens. I don't want to play this. And I kind of love the story, but like when that was around the same time that Resident Evil 6 came out, and they were like, oh, this is going to be a first-person shooter. And I'm like, that's not good. That's no good. Nobody asked for this.
Let's see. They also announced that RE2, RE3, RE7, and RE8. 8? Not 8. Village. Well, 8 is Village. But that all of those were coming to current consoles. If they weren't, I think Village was already on current consoles, but like those other 3 remakes or other 3, and those dropped like yesterday.
And they're also coming to VR.
Yes.
I know that. I know
Village
that
is coming to VR. Yeah.
Village is coming to VR. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I played 7 in VR, about half of it in VR, and I was just, dude, that when that dude like is busting through walls,
yeah,
I'm jumping out of the fucking chair.
I know this is going to be the second time that I brought up being black, but being black and putting myself in this redneck's home, like, and I decided to do that. No, I'm not doing it. I let somebody like that same person. I was like, tell me what happened. I was like, you play it. I want to watch. I just want to watch you play it.
Yeah.
I just want to.
Little known fact: Resident Evil 7 set in rural Rankin County.
Yeah. That. What? Please tell me you're fucking joking. Are you
I'm
serious?
joking. I'm completely joking.
Like,
But the fact that you weren't sure is pretty fucked up.
I was like, that shit sounds so fucking believable.
Yeah. Like
That was a roller coaster.
There weren't that many like hard full-on announcements in any of these streams. Most of it was follow-ups to previous announcements. Like, here's some gameplay for this, here's some gameplay for that. One of the coolest things I saw that I think was an actual announcement was High on Life from Justin Roiland and Squanch Games. It's basically a comedy first-person shooter where your guns talk to you, from one of the creators of Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the guns are like living creatures, kind of like that in that old Oddworld game, and like you hold them and their mouth is like right here, just barking shit at you while you're shooting.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It seems real dumb, and I really like Rick and Morty, so I'm thinking I might have to play that.
I mean, dude, dumb is where it's at. Really, honestly, like the best games, because dude, I'm looking at this these shots from it. Honestly, this is just Ratchet and Clank, dude.
Yes, I could totally see that.
This is just Ratchet and Clank.
I love Ratchet and Clank.
And guess what? That game is dumb when you think about it. It's like, dude, a ricochet gun, and the gun it's really dumb, and I love it.
Let's see.
Care Bears.
Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales are both coming to PC, which that's a big deal.
People were not
Those games
expecting
already looked amazing. Imagine what they're going to look like on PC, and imagine what the hackers are going to do to them.
I can't wait to see one more time. I can't wait to see them turn Miles Morales into a white man.
Oh no!
I like Peter Parker better. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Or take the original Spider-Man game and just swap the character models for Miles and Peter.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's see. What else? What else was announced? What you got?
Flops. For me, flops. You said, do we need another Resident Evil 4 remake? What I'm about to bring up.
What are you?
Do we need another Last of Us remake?
I was actually going to mention that one. No, but maybe if they are building it from the ground up, they'll make it good this time.
It is built from the ground up, and I don't think it was bad. I thought The Last of Us was fun. I mean, like the Uncharted games are some of my favorite games. I love that story. I think Naughty Dog knew what they were doing. They were breaking grounds when they were making Uncharted, and they were like, let's try something different, and gave us The Last of Us. But like,
The Last of Us, it's full of growing pains. Like, it is a tough game to get the hang of because it's just not designed gameplay that well. They fixed all that shit with Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2, it plays amazing. It's beautiful. The story's wonderful. But that first game is a pain in the ass just to play. So
it's too stressful for me.
If they fix that, then that justifies their remake.
Okay, so not only did we get The Last of Us Part 1 remake, but we also got the first looks at The Last of Us HBO series.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
What?
Thoughts?
I'm gonna have to see it in action. I'm gonna have to see some, because those actors do not look like the characters, and until I see them shooting dudes or shooting zombies or whatever, it's not going to click for me.
Yeah.
I don't hate Pedro Pascal. It's just
I was
he's
about
not.
to say I love Pedro Pascal.
That's not him. He's not Joel. What? That's not Joel.
And I mean, we all wanted to see Elliot as Ellie. Like we all wanted to see Elliot as Ellie, and like she was pissed off about that. Like he was pissed off when they were like, "Dude, this fucking girl has my face. What the hell?" Yeah, like that was straight up Elliot's role, and it was made for her.
Right, but
and
at this point, there's the age difference.
Right? I agree. The age difference.
There's no way to pull it
off
now. But
and last one that I'm gonna bring up of do we need this? Modern Warfare 2.
It's not a remake though.
Is it though?
It's not a remake. It's not a remake. It's not a remake.
And what is it?
It is Modern Warfare 2. So like the original 3 Modern Warfare games on Xbox 360 and PS3, that's its own trilogy. That's its own thing, right? The Modern Warfare that came out like 3 years ago is like a new thing. It's not a remake, it's a reboot. So this is a sequel to the reboot. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not.
Hey, look, they make the rules, man.
I play Call of Duty. I like a good, stupid first-person shooter that is just a military guy shoots other military guy. So I'm probably gonna play it. But the whatever fabric they put in place to gussy it up, it doesn't matter to me. None of that shit matters. As long as it shoots good. That's all that really matters.
It play real good.
Yeah. It's yeah. Let's see. Before we move on to our final topic, let me see if there's anything else here. No Man's Sky is coming to VR, which is fucking frightening to me.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, I thought that game should have been in VR a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming out.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
New Minecraft is coming out. Minecraft Legends.
Overwatch 2. Very excited about that. I'm very excited about Overwatch 2.
Do we need an Overwatch 2?
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Overwatch is very fun.
Yeah, but they're saying all the stuff that's coming to Overwatch 2 will be like backwards compatible with Overwatch 1. So like,
it's supposed to be like an update to Overwatch.
Then don't fucking call it Overwatch 2.
I mean, it's just technically more to the story.
I don't know. Just I don't know, add a suffix. Do it like a normal game does. Overwatch, more watching, or something. Just something fucking stupid. Don't put a 2.
Overwatch, more watching. More watching over.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to say that all these were disappointing. Like, there was some really cool stuff in this. Like, we found out that the new Ninja Turtles game comes out in like 48 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
and it's going on Game Pass. Like, it's cool.
Did you piss yourself?
No. I'm holding it until it actually comes out. So I was just disappointed that there wasn't like a big, like, splashy announcement,
Yeah.
So but I get it. Like, this is kind of the COVID off year. All of these companies that have been making games for 2 or 3 years from home, and they didn't know what to do during 2020, and everything was fucking broken. This is the year we kind of have to sit out and wait for shit next year, and hopefully they can flood the world with PlayStation 5s so I can finally buy one. I'm not bitter.
You don't seem like it.
What's our last topic, Colin?
Oh man, this is about some boys.
There's gonna be spoilers. maybe not like high plot spoilers, but very specific, gross ass spoilers that we have to talk about for The Boys season 3. Yeah, season 3.
Season 3, yeah.
I'm going to stick with the theme that we established early in the episode, that there's a bouncer at the beginning of this fucking episode, season
Yeah,
episode
it
2.
is.
Like when Ant-Man guy, did he have a name?
Oh shoot, what was his name? It wasn't Gigantic. It was oh my god. Yes, he had a name. But I can't think of it.
Yeah. When that character got all tiny and like curled up that dude's dick hole and then sneezed and just exploded the guy, that was like a really rude reminder. Oh yeah, this is The Boys. This show is fucked up. Real fucked up.
His name is Termite. That's Termite. His name. His name was Termite.
Okay. All right. I haven't watched a scene with slack-jawed wonder in so long. I was just like, and I saw like a behind the scenes. They built like an 11-foot tall dick hole for that guy to walk down. I'm like, this is movie magic, prestige TV.
So for me, that scene in itself felt like, well, this is how you kill Thanos, dumbass.
Yeah.
Why didn't Ant-Man do this? Like, this was simple. This was simple. This was like easy peasy for us, dude. Like, why did you do this?
All it did was, because The Boys has been gone for a while. It's been like what, 2 years almost? It seems like that.
It's been about a year. Yeah, it's been about a year because they put out season 2 like during pandemic.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. It just seemed like a very long time, and I guess I had forgotten what the tone of The Boys was, but they reminded you very quickly,
very fast.
And there's been a few other moments during the season so far, like the whole dildo fight in this most recent episode.
Wait, it's gone. Homelander's Star Bangle Banger. Wait, what was it? Like Black Noir or something? It's just so dumb.
Yeah. But it's everything is so well crafted, and I'm kind of stealing something from Reed here, but the world of The Boys is so well realized that all of this shit that is so ludicrous and so unbelievable, and you just like, how'd they get away with this? It seems normal. It just seems normal.
At this point, it's so normal.
Yeah. So
I think they're building. So I know what they're building you guys up for.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. They're definitely building you up for something. That's in the comic that I know about, and me and Philip from Offbeat have talked about it, and they're going to give it to you, and they're just going to give it to you. They're just going to give it. They're going to lay it on a platter.
I hope it's so fucked up. I really do. I don't know how I became this way, but the more fucked up the thing happens in the TV show, the happier I am. I think I was born in the 90s, or born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. You know, I just expect things to be kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Dude, I really thought that Storm something, whatever her name was. Stormfront. I thought that Stormfront was dead, and finding out that she's just like in this hospital, like living because she can barely die. And her empathizing with Homelander And she was like, "Let me make you feel better." He slaps his slab in her hand.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest show.
But the thing is it's like peak stupid. But I feel like even though her giving him a handy in the hospital or wherever the hell she was, like that was crucial character development for Homelander.
Yeah.
Like her committing suicide instead of living the way she was living, basically to serve Homelander's dick.
That was all.
Like her choosing to opt out of that life informs a lot about himself to Homelander. You know,
Dude, talk about a baby with power, though.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a baby with power.
Yeah,
it's scary. Like, okay, so let's really talk about The Boys and not how stupid it is, because it's fucking dumb. It's dumb as hell, and I love it for it. But like the character development and like just Homelander being a child. He's seriously a child. He knows nothing but himself. And now you put this Proud Boy backstory to it, and like he kind of gets to say what he wants, do what he wants, and people kind of back him up.
yeah.
That's
Like
scary.
The way he's like de facto become the voice of the far right in the show is sadly extremely believable.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a petulant child who doesn't understand or doesn't give a shit about anyone but himself, which lines up very much in line with the far right. And when I mean far right. You know, I'm not talking
Very
about
far right.
Not your garden variety conservatives. They're fine. The far right is frightening. And I feel like every one of them would be Homelander if they had that power.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And there's so many layers to the characters and the intricacies of the characters interacting with each other. Like everything from Homelander interacting with Huey to Huey interacting with Starlight to Butcher taking the temporary V.
It all trickles down.
Mm-hmm.
It all trickles down.
And we've seen what? This is episode 4. It aired last week.
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. As of Friday, like The Boys, the team is crumbling.
Mm-hmm.
It's non-existent, and we introduced this loose cannon that I don't know anything about, this Soldier Boy guy. And I'm gonna resist every possible urge to make a Soldier Boy tell him joke.
Too late.
Shit.
You already did it.
Fuck.
Too late. You already did it.
It's fine. But I'm absolutely thrilled that the show's back, and I can't wait until another episode airs Friday.
We finally got to see, or I got to see, like, I was really excited to see how beefy Jensen Ackles got for this role.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to see him, like, use real adult words instead of, the CW. I got to see real Jensen Ackles finally in The Boys. I was very excited about that. Huey being very excited about his powers in taking temporary V. I was not expecting that.
He just seems like he's on mushrooms in that last scene. He's just like,
I was not expecting for him to be very, very excited about him having powers, and considering how close him and Milk is, I wasn't expecting him to be excited about it, because like him and Milk's relationship is very important. But Huey's kind of being a shithead too, because he's like, hey, we have a way to kill Homelander, and Starlight's like, I don't want to do this anymore. He's like, but you gotta, and kind of put Starlight in a shitty position, whereas this other guy, 98 Degrees guy, Maybe you got your driver's license. And he's like, he's gonna take up for her. And I don't know if Huey's excited that he can take care of Starlight or protect her or anything like that. And that's what he's excited about. But like that took me for a turn with him being him excited about his powers.
Yeah. I'm not happy with Huey right now, but I don't think I'm supposed to be, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So
I'm not happy with Huey at all.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what. Okay. Oh, all right. Sorry. I'm not distracted. We're at time is what I'm saying. This is the end of the Reality Breached live podcast or streamcast or whatever the fuck this is called when you do it live. I just want to say next time we're probably going to talk about the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, that is next.
Yeah. And if somebody happens to sneak in and see Lightyear, that's also on the release calendar. So tune in next time. We'll be here. I'll be here. Alden might be here. Someone else may be here. Who knows? Alden, thank you so much for joining me today. Plug your shit, but do it quick.
Go listen to Dead Scene Kids, the ones that we do have. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter with that name right there, Alden's Banner. Thanks.
That was quick. Very good. I like it. I'm Sergio. Listen to Shellheads. Listen to the little reality bite things that we have on the stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we will see you next time. You'll see us next time. Doesn't matter. Music. There's no music on the stream. Damn it.
Shoot the hostage.
We don't do that anymore. Bye.